Like we always do with this time.
Go for mine.
I think those levels are looking a lot better.
Yeah, buddy.
Look at them kicks, though. Hold on.
Shit.
Hold on. I do have to reiterate. Okay, these kicks are flame, right? I do got to reiterate. If you're not watching this live right now, seeing the video and the visual experience,
You miss out on everything.
I appreciate you for listening.
Cheers to the watchers.
And to those who are actually viewing.
Cheers to the watchers.
The watchers.
Not the movie.
I never heard of it.
I don't know if it's a movie or not.
You're going to become notorious as the guy to throw out movie references and nobody's ever seen the movie.
And I'm horrible. Like, I don't watch any movies.
Right? Somehow you're still knowledgeable about all the obscure information.
Hey, titles. And I ain't talking about Jay-Z's streaming service.
Never heard of that.
Titles.
No.
No, I'm saying like movie titles.
Oh, gotcha. You getting paid by Jay-Z on the side?
Nah, not yet.
You just working at it? Maybe that's the business strategy. Like, we'll just randomly throw products on screen and hope
just see
that
one of them stick.
Like, you know what, man? I think I would like to have these guys sponsor us.
That's pretty funny.
Video submissions to all these different companies.
When like it's recording day, like you know that it's recording day, do you get like excited?
Nah, because usually I'm waking up like super early.
Oh yeah.
And so it's just like I'm groggy and in a haze. But whenever it's like an hour before, it's like, okay, yeah. It's like, it's almost like you're sitting in the locker room waiting for the game, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like the anticipation starts to build up. It's like, okay, we're about to go on.
Yeah, and it's just getting more and more comfortable. Like, it's funny, the days we're recording, same thing. Like, you know, I had work this morning, so,
Yeah, right.
you know, I'm focused on that. But then once it's, like, ready to go, and I'm like, all right, here, and I start to get, like, excited.
Right.
And for some reason on recording days, like, I like you more.
You like me more?
Yeah, I like you more. Like, I feel like loving. Like, I want to walk in the
gotcha.
room, give you a hug.
Yeah.
But other days, I just want to slap you
Yeah, like
around a
the
little
other
bit.
6 days out of the week. I don't know. That's kind of got my mind wondering now. I appreciate that and everything, but I still can't get over the lingering.
No, I'm saying it's just not
was
as much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not
I
as...
don't think that was clear when you first
Well,
mentioned
now
it.
it is. Or am I backtracking?
Maybe that's just reinforcing my suspicion of you, and
Still suspicious of me?
that's hilarious. Mr. Crab Eyes, man.
Peg. To go back to the Jay-Z thing, you heard J. Cole, what he did in order to get signed by Jay-Z?
Mm-hmm.
Like, wore that shirt, produced for Jay-Z or Die Trying or something like that.
I didn't hear about the shirt thing.
Yeah, he like made a shirt and he saw him in the crowd. He waited outside the record label for like...
Yeah, I knew that. I didn't know he was wearing a shirt, though.
Yeah, it said like produce for Jay-Z or die. Because all he wanted to do at first was just like make a track for him. Like,
Right.
you know, he's always made beats. But that goes into what we always talk about, that manifesting. And, you know,
Yeah.
then he was the first artist signed to, what is it?
To,
Rock Nation?
yeah, because it wasn't
I don't know.
Rockefeller Records, baby.
Yeah, I'm so out of the music loop. What were you getting into? You were talking about writing comedy before we got in here. What, I got a booger or something?
I'm trying to be nonchalant about it. Yeah, no. So I was just thinking that I wanted to play around with the idea of writing comedy. I think that you know, I've written songs for a long time, since I was like 9 years old. I was thinking about that the other day. Since 9 years old, I've been writing in one form or another, just as a creative outlet, and I've always loved comedy. And I think I've always kind of let the fear of getting on stage hold me back.
Most people do when it comes
Yeah.
to writing comedy.
Yeah,
It's just another form of writing. That's all it really is.
It is, but then it's coupled with the performance.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
have to be able to deliver the performance.
The best comedians know that there's a difference in there. Like, just because you
Yeah.
write good jokes doesn't mean that you're a great comedian, because the performance side is a huge part of
Yeah,
it.
it's only half of the pie, no doubt. But I think that's something I'm gonna do. I've been messing around with writing my first joke, and you know, one of the things that I was thinking about, and now that I am wanting to do that, I'm becoming more like aware of my environment around me and the things that are going on in my life, and really like finding the humor in a lot of different things.
Being more observational.
Thinking like, if I come across whatever kind of situation it might be, it's like, how could I spin that into a bit? And there's a lot of things that you really can, of course,
No, especially even like with your son, like I'm sure there's like hilarious like little moments between like you and your family. Like there's a joke in everything.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You're like, yeah, no, not at all.
No, that's not the case.
There's not one funny thing.
It's a very serious thing with my wife. I don't even know why you're laughing now.
No, that's cool though. Glenn's always told me to like, to write jokes. We've kind of played around. If anything, I always like, if me and him would ever write jokes or whatever, it was more for like him to perform.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And same thing when Ronnie, my little cousin, was writing, he would like bounce ideas off me. I would like help him, tighten it up a little bit. So it would be kind of interesting to actually sit down.
Yeah, I think so. Also, I'm feeling lately like, fuck it.
How would you do it? Would you be more like storytelling jokes, or would it be like punchlines?
No, I think it would be more storytelling. For sure, absolutely. I think that's kind of always been my style and the kind of jokes that I enjoy the most. Although I enjoy all comedy, but yeah, I've kind of just been thinking fuck it lately because I don't know, after getting to go speak at the seminar and just being up in front of a lot of people, you really do kind of understand like these are just people.
Yeah.
And people who are coming out to have a good time, and I already enjoy comedy, and I feel like I have, a decent ability to write a joke, to write anything. So I feel like I could write a joke and be loose, not.
Dude,
not
you know what
silly,
would be like a funny
too
segment
stressful.
if like we did it to where we both wrote a joke on here, and we could like stand these mics up, like clear the chairs out, so it's just like this is the background. Because I told you I've seen comedians do that where they do stand up like on a podcast, and you could like dub in a crowd or whatever you wanted to do, but actually go up there. Because if you're a person like a comedy store manager, you're just going through tape reels, and what those reels look like is just a person in front of a mic with a backdrop,
right?
Right. So they're seeing things that are very similar to what we could do right here, and that would be kind of funny. I'd be interested to do that. Would you be?
Yeah, no, I think that would be cool. One of the things I was thinking about earlier that I was like, when I had forgot, with my slippery memory, to kind of develop this
CT
to feel a little bit more like a studio would be like maybe just some kind of small like light, like a red light, like, hey, we're now recording, we're live.
Oh yeah.
When we were talking about getting excited about the recording day, like I get excited about an hour before, and like we got the lights, the camera's on, everything's rolling. Like, yeah, we got the red light. Like, just different ways of developing the studio a little bit more to make this.
That's a cool idea.
Feel
I like
even
that.
more like home, even more like more of a creative space than it is.
Yeah.
I think that would be fire. I like the idea of doing an actual stand-up podcast. That'd be really cool.
That would be
just
really
to feel
cool.
More in the element, to be chilling beside of each other. I think we would do it with handheld mics, personally.
Yeah.
I think we look at getting pegged to. Scrounge a couple up.
Peg, you gotta put these ideas together. Don't just like sit there and do nothing.
Yeah, Peg is more of a doer,
Yeah, like you think that sometimes, and then sometimes he's just waiting on us to make a move,
Well, like on the fifth day, whenever the Lord was working on Peg, and it came time to for the brains department to throw some stuff together.
He took that day off.
Took the day off.
Hey, sometimes God needs a day off.
They came in, they came in hung over that day, and
God came in hung over.
Was going hard in the paint the night before. Nah.
I was trying to think of a joke.
So Peg will go get us a couple of handheld mics, and we'll get over here and do a stand-up podcast. Maybe we'll do that one live and just say fuck it. Maybe whenever we get like the 1,000 subscriber mark. Maybe that'll be something.
Oh yeah, we need to have like a benchmark to make us do like new
1,000
things.
Subscriber mark.
But I'll piggyback on that thing. If you do like it, our podcast, and you're listening on different platforms, if you give us a good review specifically on iTunes, it helps us out a lot. So,
but if you think this podcast is trash, by all means, you need to give that thing a 1 star.
Look for our IP address.
'Cause I don't want no handouts. You understand?
Oh yeah, no.
I don't want no handouts. You can go give us a 5 stars if you feeling that 5 stars, but if you think that thing's a 3,
But either way,
maybe
review
a
it.
2.
And
review it.
negative reviews do really bad for us. Just side note.
I'll take it all on, boy.
Yeah.
I want it all. I'll take the smoke. You know
All
what
right.
I'm saying?
Give me a good review. Give him the shit.
And I'll fire some shots back. Yeah, right? Like they all put like a hard petition. Like that guy on the left side of the screen.
They want to replace you with Peg.
Yeah, we want to see more Peg on here, you know?
They move you to produce.
Oh, hell. Hey.
That would be shit. This guy's got no idea how to edit
I'd come
videos
up under
or nothing.
Peg's tutelage, so, you know, it's
shit.
it'd be, I'd have a good mentor.
You ain't lying.
You know?
You heard how they're talking about bringing back Making the Band? Your boy P. Diddy?
No.
Making the Band?
No, and I kind of wish I hadn't heard that news.
Dude, it's you never saw Making the Band back in the day?
I saw it.
There's 5 great rappers in the world. Dylon, 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 Dylon.
And you know what? I kind of agree with the statement.
Well, I mean, he kind of fell off. I liked Fred.
Oh, Fred?
Old Fred. He
Big
had
Fred.
no, was it?
I
I
don't
thought
know.
Fred was like the small one with the raspy voice.
I don't remember.
Kind of lost thought of consciousness right there for a second.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You just take a little time out?
All right, we're back.
Talk about CTE. I think, I don't know what Diddy's doing. I don't know what he stands to gain. I mean, is this like the Hail Mary attempt at maintaining relevancy?
I think he's pretty relevant still.
I don't know. I know he was a judge on some thing,
Dancing with
Got
the
Talent or something.
bars.
Nah, I have no idea. I don't keep up with Diddy and all that.
That was my current event throwout that I had.
Sean Combs.
He's changed his name like so many times.
I don't think he's changed that name, though. I mean, that's his name, ain't it?
Yeah.
What if he had, though?
Like Sean.
Like he's just pulling a damn Meta World Peace, like he's just going through it. Changes it up.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Ocho Cinco and shit.
Call him Sean.
I don't know.
I was about to say Afro pick, but that's kind of
Yeah, I was
racist.
thinking brushes. I mean, I wasn't necessarily going down that hard of a road, you know what I'm saying? Trying to keep it PG in this bitch. You understand?
Shout out Paul George.
Yeah. God.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah, I saw
oh my
it.
goodness.
Anytime I hear the name Paul George now, all I'm going to think about is his
Dude, that was so rough.
the top part of his shin touching the floor.
Oh, to come back.
All the weight in this. All right, for those of you at home who don't know what we're talking about, the Paul George injury.
Oh my goodness.
But it's awesome that he's come back and
Just mentally to come back. All right, so if you've seen that one, I got another one for you.
All right, listen.
The dude from
I'm
Louisville.
Good. I'm good.
The dude from Louisville, yo, watch that.
Odd fetish for.
No, I just
for
watch
damn
basketball
looking at
and
sports
those.
injuries.
Yeah, I guess so, probably.
So listen,
I do
by
jerk
the
off
way,
to him
Anderson
once in a
Silva
while.
snapped his shit in half, and you might want to look
Dude,
that one up also.
that was a bad one.
You just love hearing bone snap.
Oh, just because that was the one fact I was right about. That's why I want the
You feel like I
compound
know this
fracture.
was- oh yeah, that's hilarious. That's the one fact that you were right about too. Goodness.
Fuck you, one fact.
Now the dots are starting. That's hilarious. That is one fact though, you know.
Oh man,
I still
I
stand
don't know
by
if you
that
guys.
statement.
Well, you would only know if you were watching, but I'm chugging this coffee down. Brad's got
Is
the
it good?
iced Americano. Yeah, I do like it.
Yeah, something about coffee, man.
Yeah.
It's like that kick in the nads, get you going in the morning.
Yeah, I'm definitely addicted to coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
It's the one thing in my life that has been so consistent for like years now.
Are you addicted to coffee or are you addicted to caffeine?
Oh, probably yeah,
Is that the
caffeine.
deeper question?
But
I wonder, you just like your caffeine to be in the delivery form of coffee.
how do you drink your coffee?
With my mouth, slurping
Trick
it,
question.
slurping it down.
No, but how do you like
I mean, some
your
people,
coffee made?
How do I like my coffee made? I prefer
He's like,
iced coffee.
brewed.
I prefer iced coffee because I'm just a hot natured guy and I'm just
I like
sweating
iced
for
coffee.
no reason. You know, I roll over in the middle of the night, I'm sweating. I wake up, I'm a sweaty guy. But I like it iced. I like it cold. My preference would be sugar and cream.
Like light and sweet, or
Like-
just do you tell them, or just sugar cream?
Yeah, that would be the preference.
No,
be
everyone.
like-
Some people say
like,
like
hey,
3
listen.
sugars, 3
Nah,
creams.
Don't get specific. I think when you start treading over into the specificity of that,
Tell me something.
you're starting to walk the line of being an asshole.
You think so?
Yeah. 2 sugars, 3 cream, shaken not stirred.
Cody, shots
they
fired.
Make jokes
Cody,
about people that are that's a thing.
Tell me something.
Yeah.
When you ever go to Starbucks, do you get like insecure ordering? Like I feel like I don't. I get nervous every time because I just want a coffee.
Do you? Oh yeah.
Like
it's
I
such
don't.
A convoluted thing.
And I've been there like over 50 times.
The
like
sizes make no sense.
Like because I've been there so many times, they do. But there's just something about like I just want to be like, dude, just give me a coffee with almond milk, and you can say that.
Fuck's got to be so complicated.
And they'll do it. You know what's funny is like, you go there, you get a special drink. It's like, all right, it's $6.
Right.
But then I go there and get what I always get, like from Dunkin' or something, just an iced coffee with almond milk. They're like, all right, $2.94. It's like the same as Dunkin'. I'm like, so
right.
What are they charging you for?
Honest,
sugar?
The name, I think. But to be honest, I mean, Starbucks isn't my preference.
Yeah, me neither. But there's a cold brew there that's pretty fucking good.
But to get back to what you were saying, personally, I don't really feel insecure about it. I used to. Actually, I would feel insecure just about even going in there.
Really?
I felt out of place. But I still feel out of place in that kind of setting. But now I really am more just, fuck it, dude. Look, hey, I don't know what your sizes are. Small, medium, large is what's in my head. Let me get a medium iced coffee, caramel, whatever.
There you go.
But no, Dunkin's much better in my opinion.
Yeah, I like Dunkin'.
Starbucks is just, it's okay.
Yeah, you would
They've
think.
got some mean frappuccinos though.
We just lost like 40 subscribers.
Maybe Starbucks just lost stock.
Oh shit!
Them stop the shit boys saying Dunkin's, but Dunkin's, hey, and that's the moment when Dunkin's like, hey, you know what? We would like to sponsor.
You guys
seeds.
onto something.
It's subliminal. You guys aren't even catching it at home, but I'm planting seeds.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that recliner sponsorship. What the hell is it?
What?
The boys,
boys are back in town.
Well, yeah, but
what are you talking about? Lazy
RH. You said like something. You did a metaphor for the recliner boys or whatever, and I didn't get it at first.
Yeah, I don't even remember, man.
It was on an unreleased episode. Join the Patreon, and you'll get that episode.
We don't actually have a Patreon for those listening at home, but you wouldn't know that.
Not yet, but 40 episodes from now, when we do, we've got content from when we first started the episode, when we first started recording, and we're gonna start to release that stuff.
Yeah. No.
Which will be pretty cool. You're like, yeah, nope.
No. That's just my whole theme. Like, I initially agree with you, but it's like, it's really not gonna happen.
You know, it'd be funny if like during our recording, like I'm looking at you and you dubbed in like something that I didn't actually say, just to like not worry about what the hell Shane said.
Yeah.
He just like had me look at you. My mouth is moving, but it's like everyone could hear it's you asking a question to yourself.
So stupid. Keep those juices flowing, man.
Yeah.
That's the creativity. That's what's so great about this. We can do whatever we want, man. The world's your oyster. The world's your oyster.
I hate that saying.
Do you?
Yeah, like, well, I just thought of it now that I hate it. But what the hell does that even mean?
Well,
what if you don't like oysters?
Yeah, I don't like oysters.
Neither do I.
I guess I don't like the world. The world's kind of a bad place, man.
I mean, life can get a little salty.
Hey, yeah, for real. It can. But if you keep on going through it, you find that pearl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, it makes it all worth it in the end. And then you realize the pearl is just a fake thing, a facade, materialistic thing that brings no value to you. You're left nothing but lonely and empty inside, a little oyster that nobody likes because you're damn salty as hell. What do? You just float away?
Damn.
Do you just take yourself out? A little oyster?
You got to.
Can you imagine? How would an oyster even commit suicide? I don't even think it could.
Okay, how could an oyster commit suicide?
Snap itself in half by sheer muscle?
No, this is what it would have to do. This is what an oyster would have to do.
You're like, God, I have been waiting for somebody to ask this question.
All right, so in order for an oyster to kill itself, right?
Yeah.
I got nothing.
No, because it can't be done. That's what I'm saying. Unless it's like the pure muscle just snapping itself open.
Yeah, it couldn't kill itself. It had to be killed.
I got it. You know what it could do?
Sugar. What about sugar?
It would see like a shark or something coming by, or a whale with his mouth open, just trying to get some kelp. He's like, hey, you know what? Fuck, along for the ride. And then he goes.
Can an oyster jump?
And
do they move?
What do you think? They're just born in one place and never move, like they're lodged onto the side of a rock?
I don't think about oysters.
Yeah, I don't either. But you know what? The world is yours. You know what I mean?
Fuck. I don't know if you're still talking about the oyster or you're doing a Scarface quote.
Well, I'm still talking about the oyster. The world is your oyster. The world is yours. Hey, you know what? Fun fact.
What?
I believe today. What's today? Yeah, that's horrible. Today's my brother's birthday. By
Oh
the way.
yeah, I saw that.
But
He's got 2 Facebooks, by the way.
yeah, guy's an animal. You know, one's not good enough. But it's also the 50th anniversary of us going to space today.
Allegedly,
July
put that in there.
16th, 2019. Yeah, I guess you do have to throw it out there. But it is.
Have you looked into any of that at all?
I've been thoroughly educated by Ziggy. And,
Oh, yeah.
And let me just tell you, I think there's a higher probability
That we
excuse
went?
me, a much higher probability that we did go.
Look,
That
this
we
is
did.
what I
Come on.
think. This is what I think. I think we definitely went, but I think a lot of the pictures and video was doctored because the equipment just got messed up.
Yeah, there were things that Ziggy was showing me.
Yeah, that it's like
that-
100% fake.
Yeah, like it's very.
So
obvious.
that's what I believe.
So
And
it does plant that seed of doubt. Like,
if you really think about like leaving this big ball and going up to that big ball,
Dude.
like being up there, how scary would like rules don't apply
no,
anymore.
but dead serious. Like I was thinking about it, and I watched a small documentary on Buzz Aldridge, Neil Armstrong, all of them. Dude, the cojones on these guys to they're the first.
Yeah,
the
that's
first. This has
crazy.
never been done. And like, dude, we're gonna leave this rock, the only thing we've ever known, and we're gonna go, boy, and we're gonna go for it. And they're like,
And then once
they
you're
said,
there,
"Fuck
it's
it,
just
bro."
like
That's insane.
That's
and
crazy.
they made it back.
Theo Vaughn said that he met Buzz Aldrin. And he's like, I could tell by he's like something about that guy. Look in his eyes. He looked like he had never been to the moon.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. Nah, dude, I bet them dudes look cracked out whenever they landed, dude. Like, can you
There's
imagine?
like. So did Ziggy go
The
like
things
show
you
you the
had
actual
seen.
like interview once they came back, like when they addressed they addressed the media?
No, I was watching that in the documentary.
It's weird,
but I didn't
man.
see that. No,
It's real weird. But no, conspiracy theories, they'll hold on to anything.
Any
And there's
small
so
shred
many
of
conspiracies
detail,
out there that, some of them are 100% legit. Some of them are some legit. Like, not everything's so black and white. There's a lot
Oh,
of
yeah,
gray.
for sure.
So I think with that,
That's what this
in
whole
my
world is.
yeah, in my opinion, I just think some of the media stuff was doctored. But
I'm sure
I
it
think
was.
we went up there.
Yeah, man, and that's so crazy, man. Just to think.
The Cold War, that's what it was like kind of about.
And then I looked it up, and don't quote me on all these years. I did look.
Quote him.
I did look all these up.
He
though.
quotes
I
my
just
ass.
can't remember. But we
Give me the skeptical crap.
the very first motor powered automobile, the very first powered automobile that we had, like first ran in like 1873
Was
or
electric.
something like that. Huh?
Was electric.
I don't know. It was
Well,
just the first time we didn't
it
have a
was.
horse pulling your ass. You know.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with that tail and this shit smell.
You had 2 horsepower finally.
Yeah, right. A little bit more. So, like 1873. Then the first flight was like early 1900s, I think. Can't remember.
We
the
should
exact
know.
year.
We're
It was
from North
1903.
Carolina.
It's like 1903. Yeah, but people from Ohio are like, hey, get the fuck. Like I would know. I'd know when the first flight was. It was Kitty Hawk. That's what I know. It was in North Carolina, boy.
Yeah.
You dig? But anyway, so not long after, and then, dude, in like 1969, off to space. That's crazy.
So is today
Names.
the 50-year anniversary?
Today.
That's crazy.
It was only 50 years ago, right? Isn't that kind of insane to think about? I think about those things sometimes.
That's crazy.
I mean, in the lifespan of the world that we know of, 50 years. Dude,
Oh, it's a little fraction
there's
of
so
time.
many people alive today who were alive then, and that's just, man, the leaps and bounds and strides that the human species made.
It's pretty crazy.
And it's also just insane to think, like, where are we going? Where are we really going? And you can't wrap your head around it because you're not there yet, but we're going somewhere.
It's not even something you could really guess. Like, it just goes where it goes, and it increases. It only gets faster. Technology doesn't stay on the same incline. It, like, spikes,
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
think about the technology that's happened within the last 20 years compared to the technology 50 years before that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gone so much higher than what it was.
Isn't it also crazy to think that there are some things that, like, are as good as they'll ever be?
Like what?
The wheel. Like, the old saying, you can't remake the wheel or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, why
No,
remake the wheel?
That is a great
I mean, I know people have tried, and there have been different ingenuities, and technological things that have come out.
Imagine the first guy who invented the wheel. Like, once they realized, like, oh my God, look at that thing roll. Look how fast
it's rolling. Holy, yeah.
That's crazy.
Nah, that's got to be crazy. I think about, like, the first time people ever saw fire. That'd be the most mind-blowing thing, bro.
And it had to come from lightning or something.
They had to think that was God, bro. You know
what
I'm
definitely.
saying? Something much more powerful than they are.
Yeah, that'd probably be the only thing you could rationalize for a lot of things. Like, back then, before you had information,
I think about a lot of things, like the first time this has ever occurred. Like, who first was like, hey, let me pull in this cow's titty real quick.
Yo.
Let me see. And then they were like, hey, you know what? Wow. What is that? Let me give that a sip.
That is pretty crazy. You think you've ever been the first person to do anything?
To do anything?
Probably not, right?
First person ever to be me.
True. Unless you believe in infinity.
And beyond.
I believe in Toy Story.
Shout out to Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Saw a thing where Tom Hanks was being interviewed, and I can't remember what movie it was after, but they were in downtown New York City, and he was talking about Bubba Gump Shrimp. It's right down there.
Yeah.
And he's like, this place right down here was the place, it's been around for a long time. It was not always Bubba Gump Shrimp. It was the place that I used to go to get my checks cashed whenever he was working whatever job he was working as a nobody at that point in time, as a Joe. And he's like, I used to go down there and get my checks cashed, and now it's named after a fictional restaurant from a film that I made. And it was just like a really cool thing. It's like,
that's crazy.
That's got to be in bananas in a full circle moment,
Hell
the same building. I'm walking through these same doors. That's dirty, bro.
That's crazy.
Shout out to Tom Hanks, Toy Story 4.
Have we ever talked about the Mandela effect?
Yeah.
I think I mentioned it, but I only had a few examples for you.
I don't think we have on the podcast, but yet again, Peg has taken me down the dirty rabbit hole.
All right, so the Mandela effect, I'm going to ask Peg for a favor and just throw up the food that you ate last night. No.
Yeah.
No, throw up the definition of the Mandela effect, because I know I'll butcher it if I even try. But it's something about like an alternate reality and just how our memories, like, we think certain things and they're not real. So the first example, and I think we've already done this one, and speaking on Tom Hanks, that's what made me think of it.
Lay it on me.
So does he say,
oh,
Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates? Or does he say, Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates? Did we go through that?
We did go through that one.
And what'd you say?
I was incorrect on that one.
You said is.
I said is.
It's was.
Mama always said life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. I still think you said that. Even
no,
I listened to it.
Yeah, you listened to it. So I got one that I know that I didn't give you.
He says Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. Now, isn't that kind of mind blowing? I never would have thought he said was like a box of chocolates.
And there's so many other examples. So I got another one for you.
Yeah.
What's the Disney movie where she talks to the mirror? Is it Cinderella or is it Snow White? It's Snow White, right?
Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. Is there the mirror in that one? God, if I know.
So who's ever talking to the mirror, what do they say? Do they say mirror, mirror on the wall? Or do they say magic mirror on the wall?
Oh, well, I've always thought it was mirror, mirror.
Everybody always thought it was mirror, mirror. It's not.
It's magic mirror.
Magic mirror on the wall. And freaking play that shit and you'll see that's what it is.
Yeah.
There's another one. Hold on.
But see,
I got one.
All right, go ahead.
So and I'm gonna need you to sing for this one. So the song, "We Are the Champions,"
my friend.
Hold on, but what is he?
And we'll keep on fighting.
But then, how does he end it? He's like, "We are the champions
of the world."
He doesn't say "of the world."
What does he say?
He doesn't say anything after it.
No, he absolutely at one point says "of the world." I've absolutely heard that said.
I could have swore I heard it too, bro.
100% heard that.
I could have swore I heard it too, and we can't play the song, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Come on.
It's the Mandela effect. We can't play it on YouTube because we'll get kicked off.
So yeah, Joe Rogan. But what is the Mandela effect?
Everybody thinks that he says
but
of
there's
the
an
world.
underlying purpose. Like, I mean, it's cool to throw out you random stat Shane over here. It's cool to throw out all of these cool examples. It's like, oh wow, it's a mind fuck. But what's the point? What is the Mandela effect?
That there's something with our memories that aren't like that are false, because everybody thinks the reason I'm throwing these out there, these aren't things that I knew. I looked it up because I always thought that's what he said at the end of the song. We've all heard the song. It's in one of our favorite movies.
Right. I seen that movie 15 times. Ain't no way you're telling me.
But dude, we're gonna go. We're gonna listen to it after this, and you're gonna be like, "Fuck."
Life is
it's
like
so
a
weird.
box of chocolates.
So they call it the Mandela effect because there's a lot of people in the world that heard and still think that Nelson Mandela died in jail. He never died in jail. So that's why they call it
it's named that.
The Mandela effect.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But anyways, just
it's a weird thing.
Science alert.
No, it's a weird thing to think about. Whenever Peg explained it to me, it was something along the lines of, we're living in our life right now, right? Let's say a lot of people, whenever they're just living their life, doing their thing, just like they normally would. They wake up, they go to sleep. They happen to watch Forrest Gump for the first time, and in that reality, the way that the director made Forrest Gump in that reality, he said, let's just tweak this line, and it says, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. You go to sleep. And when you're asleep, you're detached. Your consciousness is detached from this world, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you wake up, the consciousness is now awake. The version of you is waking up in a different reality.
But it's not an individual thing. Everybody remembers it this way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Different realities, right? So a lot of people could have existed in that reality. You go to sleep, you wake up, now your consciousness is in a different parallel reality where there have been small, minute differences. Things are standing out. Things are a little weird. It's like Jim Carrey in The Truman Show. I mean, I know the consciousness thing isn't in play, but it's like you're starting to notice things around you. Like, hold on now, something's a little out of place. This doesn't quite feel right. This doesn't quite feel like home. That's the way Peg had explained it to me.
And if you ever saw the show Westworld on HBO, it makes you question things like, oh shit, like, are we those people? Like, are we the ones that they just play around and mess with our thoughts? Like, we believe, obviously, it's like a crazy guess to think that's what life really is, but just makes you like skeptical about some things.
It just opens your mind up to the possibility. It's like, well, I guess this could occur.
And to be so like dead set on, no, I know that this is the way life is, like, that's ignorant.
It's like, listen, bro, if gravity's still a theory, I don't think that you're too sure about shit. Think
For
about
real.
that. For real.